Hey guys, welcome back to Evony with Genghis, server 136. Just a quick video here. We are going through a merge tomorrow, so we're a little bit unlucky. We are a Continent 2 server and we're transferring over to Continent 1 because we've just been too successful in the server wars. So our ranking is very high, so we are getting bumped over. We are server 136 and we're going to server 68 and they are much bigger than us. So if you look at our power rankings, our top alliance is 27 billion and that's sort of buffed up. They're actually more like 20 billion, but they've added some big players from other alliances because I guess they want to look more intimidating and have a bit better negotiation position with the other alliances on the other server, because the other alliance has two 40 billion power alliances. So basically their server is about 140 billion power and ours is like 40 here. So we're really outgunned. So we have no idea what's going to happen. We've had a pretty friendly server for the most part. Neff has ruled with an iron fist, but as long as people listened, you got a shot at the throne. They allowed you to farm. They kept other people in line who would tile. So overall, they were pretty good to everybody. Even though, they may have had some attitude, not came across nice, but I understand where they come from. They were the most powerful people, so they were allowed to rule it like that. Now we're merging with a very large server, and they got players. If you look at our highest power ranking for players, see, we got like 3 billion, 2.7, 2.6, and they have two people who are at 7, two big Chinese guys. And the Chinese in this game, if you've ever played with them, they are just ruthless. You do not want to mess with them or ever give them a situation to hit you. You want to be friendly with them. And then there's another alliance over there called Mayhem, and they have a lot of big people, all around 3 or 4 billion as well. And then there's a big rogue who's 4 billion. His name's War. He's also in Battlefield All-Stars. So these are some big people we have to go against. So one of the main things you have to look for in a server merge is the rankings. Rankings. Look at ours. Number 1, 13.5 billion. And to get top 10, to get you that 9th sub, 9 million points. Did I say 13.5 billion or million? But he's 13.5 million. And 9 million is our cutoff for top 10. And if you want to go over to theirs, this is their 10th place, 21 million points. So we have people who are going to get kicked out of the top 10. And then if they ever try to change subs, they lose a sub. Like I was closing in, I was at 7 million and I was getting close to top 10 and that's gone now. I cannot get into the top 10. It's going to take me years now. And so I just have to accept I'm never getting that 9th sub. Probably never. It's going to be very difficult at this point. I need people to quit. So I start gaining points while they're gaining 0. Like if you look at my game, I have 7 million points in over a year. So these guys have been playing for probably 4 years on this server. 3 years with these points. And so now, going into the server merge, what you want is a good position on the map. This is key. You want the bosses around you. You want the big tiles. So if you look at us, we're right here. We're not too far out from the throne, but we're still a little far for what I want. I want to get more in. So I want to see the grass here and just be right off of it, like this, something like that. I want to be very close to here because that's where all the better bosses spawn. The tiles are higher. You look like right there, 12 and 10, 13 and 12. These are big farm tiles, 11. Look, and they're all right here. And then you can go over to where I am and they're like 6, 7, 6. You don't want that. You want bigger bosses. So our biggest alliance, they're right around here. They moved it brings you to the other dot. So they're right here. So they're a little bit off, but that's because they had a deal with another alliance that was over here, and they agreed to be 250 kilometers apart. But that deal will not exist on the new server. So there's some, you don't want to be a weak alliance. So over here, you have these guys over here. They are weak. They are sad. They got told to go sit in the corner, and they went. And now they get nothing. Like, just the tiles around them are all 2 and 3 and 6. And I realize those are kind of the same numbers as ours, but we actually do get bigger tiles. But these guys are far from anywhere, and they get no bosses. They get like B8s, the Peritons, and that's it. And they just can't, you can't grow when you have that. So you have to fight for a good position on the map. So what our plan is, I've gone over to the other server, taken a look. By gone over, I mean I've done this. I've clicked on the server box here, so I'll go back so you can see. So I'm on my map, and on the bottom left, it says server list. So I'm gonna click on that, and I can move up and find number 68. It should be somewhere right around here. And there it is, 68. Go visit them, 68 plus 90. And I can look on their map now. So if I look at their map, right here, one of their biggest alliances should be right in this area, right here. Okay, so this is the Mayhem Alliance. And let's take a little look at their members and powers here. So you could just see right here, just their top guys, 4, 3, 2, 2, 3, and they'll have bigger guys down below too who aren't necessarily R4 or 5. So that's one of them. And then there's another big alliance. This is the Chinese alliance coming up, and they should be right in this area, somewhere right around here. I think I went a little too far away. These guys kind of got close to each other recently. The Chinese one just moved in the last day when I was tracking where they all were. I actually can't find them right now, but no, that is not them. But right here is the big rogue, this guy, War. I've actually been talking to him. I've been trying to get him to, hey, maybe he needs an alliance. Maybe there's things we can offer him, right? He doesn't want to be scanning the field all the time looking for bosses. Maybe he wants our Vikings, our numbers of people. So I've kind of started negotiating with him and seeing where his head's at, seeing if we could help each other out, because it would be great to add that guy. He is fierce. And then there's this other rogue. So this guy is 1.1 billion. These are rogues who are not allowed in alliances because basically they haven't been behaving well, I guess. So I can't find the Chinese alliance right now, but they were right here. They moved earlier in the day too, because earlier in the day, they were all right around here. I don't know why they would be moving so many times. Maybe they're all just trying to stake a claim on the map and see how things work with themselves distance-wise before this merge takes place. But anyways, so when what I did after coming over to this server to prepare, I made a map for my alliance, because we're not all going to be online at the same time to be able to plant the castle. And this is what I came up with. I want number 1 or number 2. I do not want the X. The red X is where the rogue is. I've been talking to him. I want to keep him happy. I want to stay away from him on the map. So that's basically our plan of where we're going to put our castle. And we're, like I said, we're 5 billion. They're 40 billion. We're just going to put it down and just see what happens. And we're not going to move. And we're just going to accept that our castle is going to get burned down and our food will get returned. But you know what? We're going to be in a good position on the map to hunt bosses and do other things and farm. And that's perfectly acceptable to us. If the person who holds the most power in the relationship is the person who cares less. So we're just not going to move. And we're just going to turn our whispers off, turn our mail off, and just wait a couple days till we reply to people and see how that works out for us. So I will do another video in the next day or two after the server merge to let you guys know how that is going and update you guys on that. So this is Genghis, server 136, about to become server 68. Like, subscribe, leave a comment.